in every lifeline there's up and down. I come from a background actually. My dad is actually was a very successful businessman. Yeah. Unfortunately, the down was basically his partners paid him out. So he went to depression. He just didn't do it. So from a very rich family, one of the richest family in Singapore at that time. At that time I was a little kid. I heard it from my mom and my eldest brother how rich we were. To a very poor family. So we rented a house instead of we were staying in the house in Australia, and we rented a house. And thank God my mom actually forced him to buy the house. So we have something, an asset to look at. So that was the up and then the down. So having come from that background, where my mom now has to feed, we come from a family of feed all of us. And I'm being the second youngest in the family. I've seen them struggle, so I told myself I'll not depend on them, I'll not put too much of burden on them. So after I finished my O levels, of course, I went to work for a while, and I didn't want to further my studies. I thought I'll bring some money for myself to study, and I wanted to take a break. So I took odd jobs here and there, and just to supplement something. But somehow that small money turned out to be a little bit bigger and bigger in my piggy bank. So saving, so what I'm trying to say is saving has taught me something. And at the age of 17, I had a friend who migrated to Australia. Again, I had a down in my lifeline. He nearly died. So I took my savings and I flew up to Perth to go and see him. And he is considered a miracle man, a miracle boy, they call it. Half a ton of asbestos dropped on his head, all smashed. So now he's a bionic man because he got lucky he's in Australia, so he's all fixed up and all that. And he's a martial art black belt. So basically, because of that, again, maybe it says that his willpower has actually made him survive until today. The Olympics, he goes for the Olympics. Yeah. The lesson learned during that visit was basically I see how this man was in a coma for how many months, came out, and then today he's in a wheelchair doing martial art and training martial art. Yeah. And he's a Singaporean speaker. So determination, what you learn, you learn is a fighting spirit and never to give up. So I came back, did my national service. Then I wanted to take up a course on electronics and electric. Basically, I thought that was TV repair, that was a good job, At that time, that's a good job. So I got into this job, pest control. Right? So, and there I just took up a job just to make money, learn the job. And everything that we learned was basically how to mix chemical. To mix chemical, you spray, that's it. Okay? And the technology that I used was spray and pray. After you spray, make sure you pray. Everything dies. So my lifeline that took me to a stage was when I started to spray very toxic chemical. Somehow the coffee just survived. I nearly died. So my lifeline really went down. I went to check my blood. There were more pesticides showing in my blood. So when the doctor said, you've got to stay away from this. That time there was no control. So I went to various ministries to see whether I can learn this job. So I want to do it right. Now I realize that education is important. So I say, I want to learn. I just don't want to make money. All this while I'm doing with the pest control, I have actually saved money. So again, that thought of my family, because of my suffering during that time, I realized that saving money is very important. So, collected the money, went to National University, saw one of the professors there, and he said, this is zoology department, we don't do pest control. We do a lot of study of marine fishes and all that, you see. So the only way they pointed the direction was in the States. So I went to Canada first for a convention with my money. Tried to look for somebody to teach me this trade. Couldn't find, but there was one man called Henry. Also elderly, maybe at that time he was like 50 or 60, and I was 20, 20 plus. So I looked at him. I don't know whether he would teach me or not, but he was very keen to. He was noticing me, and I was sharing my story of pest control, what I did. They laughed. They laughed. They said, "Wow, use that chemical. Wow, this ban there. It's really caused cancer. It bans everything." And it's allowed in this third world country, so Singapore is considered as third world country. So I had no chance then, but the first convention I went to was I saw a lot of things done very differently. New equipment, chemicals are new, and stuff like that. So that got me excited to come back. And I continued to work in the right manner, which I did. Save up and then wait for next year to go for the next convention that was in Washington DC. Where he picked me up and said, "Okay, I've already spoken there." It's like that, they speak to the wife and get permission first. So they got their permission to say, "Okay, I'll house you in, I'll take you in and you can come after this convention." And I straight away, after the second convention, I didn't come back to Singapore. I straight away went to his house. And he already taught me, a lot of investors who are businessmen. They know that a business will not fail if you have a good product. Now, when you have a good product or an idea, you will not fail if you get the right people to do it. So people is an important factor. You see, so you can buy any business, change the people. Get them thinking the way you're thinking and tell them exactly where you want to reach. Understand a product can reach a certain market, but you must do it very differently and find that niche to say that. So I gave some examples in the book about Charles and Keith. Take Charles and Keith, from Toa Payoh or a small shop, right? And after that, he came up with the name, branding, and all that. So he was basically contract manufacturers, that has this for him. So he just outsourced, his idea, his designing, and he realized that he's good at designing and he gets people to design new shoes. So what he does, if you look to Tyson and go to his office, what he does is he got so many people from all over the world do nothing except look at people's feet and say, "I can design something different." Look at different shoes and design it differently. So that's why Charles can come up with very fast designs, new design. But is it comfortable? Not comfortable from what goes. Is it expensive? Now slowly getting expensive because we would bought 10% share. And is it growing? Yes, it's still growing, but he got a different kind of market share because he's like Air Asia budget airline. So you look at it, will it work? A lot of people didn't work, but if you do your calculation, it might work. If you're going into small margin but big volume, it will work also. But you must have that muscle to have that capacity. See, if you're going for niche, if you're going for just the top, not the bottom, that means to say that you charge more, not like a Toyota, but like the Mercedes, then you need to have that level of people about maybe the machine, the engine, the look of it, and not a Toyota car. It must last, and it must perform. Then you will have the top niche. So if everybody has self-cap, I always do this demonstration about cap. The maximum you buy a black colored cap, right? Just to give you the last question, a cap's a cap. It's a black color. Everybody is selling at $3. And I asked you, okay, now I took this business from her. And I said, okay, now she failed, right? I want you to sell this cap at $30. Do you think you're able to sell? Huh?
Yeah, I think it will be difficult in this time.
Difficult, very difficult. I can tell you this is very difficult. And the guy that is able to do it, and you are able to do it if you got a brand. You put a hockey stick Nike, you can sell $30. Everybody will go one and say, I want to use that cap. Right? So it's just a brand, right? So you've got to build that brand. So if you want to charge premium, then make sure you have a brand to command that. And especially when you're starting your own business, I don't expect anybody to, the worst to do is that you must feel hungry. And he's absolutely correct. You start borrowing money, it's not your money, the business will fail. And when the business fails, okay, it's because you don't have the hunger. You don't have the fightingness. You're not frightened because it's your friend's money. The most I will tell my friend, I'm sorry, I tried. It didn't work. Thanks. It didn't work, so sorry, I lost your money. I will make back and give you back someday. And if your friend is good, your friend don't ask you back, then it's okay. But if your friend asks you back, you get stressed, right? And if your friends don't ask you back, also there's another problem. Why? One, you never ask me back. Tomorrow I ask this friend. Then you got a habit of borrowing. No matter which job you take, no matter which business you start. I always tell a story that this guy that took on a job, and I think it's very positive way of looking at it. When he entered the office and showed him the chair where he's supposed to sit, he keep on looking at the MD's chair. And then the HR said, excuse me, why are you looking there? What's the MD's chair? How long would it take for me to reach there? I'm just thinking. So he really got his fast vision. And true enough, this is a real story. True enough, this guy actually became the MD of the company. Wow. Yeah. Because he worked very hard. He took at his character. As I said, he gave back more than $1 in the company. And that MD moved on to be a regional CEO, and there was a vacancy, so they promoted him as an MD. And this is in Malaysia. Today he runs his own company, and he got a cargo ship. So nothing is impossible from your start, whether it's a career, whether it's a business, it's the same thing. It's that you're burning fire inside you, to say that I want to go to the top, where you want to be. If you cannot find your destiny, if you cannot see that, or this way, when I see that it's your dream, where you want to take your company to, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, what do you need to do to take your company? And if you think that you can do everything by yourself, I used to work in the business. I used to micromanage or do this I used to, but today no, I work on the business. So I have more time to go and have my lunch and thoughts and travel and do my overseas business and all that. Yeah. So you need to give up. You develop your people, let them run. You have to lead. Trust in your people, empower them, get the right people.
What would be the one thing, or what are the personality traits that you will look for in those employees that you were talking about that will actually produce that sort of?
Depending on which sector you run, I like to have somebody who is very playful, that builds up a little bit of very nice ambience in the office. I don't like a strict office very quiet. I like noisy office, just like Chinese they firecrackers and all that. Loud, right? So you need that. So you need some playful people. But if you're talking about your accounting and all that, you need precise people who are very meticulous about how to do things and they deliver that. So you need certain character to look at. Then of course you need the powerful people. The one you tell them to do, they know what to do. They don't tell them anything else. So they are more of the operation side. Just tell them. And of course you also want the peaceful kind of people. The peaceful kind of people are the people that in the office that sit on the fence one. So you just sit there. the side good, he will go. Then the side bad, go and talk to the person peaceful, right? Hey, actually, we are not bad. So you need this balancing.
Balance of force.
So you have some people in that who can balance. That means to say that this department having or colleague having problem, you send the peaceful guy to talk. They don't do that. He's okay one.
So listen, you mentioned about this practice for the DISC, right? So which category are you?
I'm more of the. In fact, I got 4 quadrants. I'm more of a playful.
Which I is it?
I don't know whether.
Influence, I mean, more playful, yes, right.
Because there are certain things that you look out for in a playful guy. You know, they are creative, they are fun-going. You know, they can get along with anybody. Easy to break the ice. You know, whereas the peaceful one, they don't have all this. They are you know, the way they do things is easy. You know, but they are good people because these people. So you need this various kind of characteristics in the company. So don't look at them. You know, you judge people and say, "Oh, cannot." But you just got to put them in the right department.
Job fit.
Yeah.